Well, it's been a long time. We shouldn't have left you without some dope botch to step to. Hello, friends. I'm Ted Buckworth, filling in for Kane Tricoci. He's still on baseball sabbatical. And over the next segment, we will be going over all the stuff that's happened this season, leading up to Maestros IX, August 6th at illustrious Tricoci National. The teams are set, and let's dive right in.
This is Maestros Center.
But first, let's check the leaderboard. Mike Zara, aka Zeep, sits on top, but by a narrow margin ahead of Joe S. and Andrew O'Neill, aka Hippie. But as everyone knows, this race is just getting warmed up, and it's anyone's player of the year to win, with 3 tournaments still left. But you're probably wondering, much like the talking heads, well, how did we get here? Let's recap. In early June at Villa Park, 2 rookie unknowns, Jackie and Hippie, overtook seasoned vets Joe S. and the GOAT for the title. The GOAT was nursing a bad back, but no excuses here, as we saw a close final 21-20. Later that month, a small American faction played abysmal bocce in Canada, and for the first time and since its inauguration, lost the Nations Cup. It's safe to say that drastic changes need to happen here on that American side. Despite Frank Tricoci's participation in spots, the team had difficulty finding energy and focus to succeed. Which begs the question, will it take the return of their emotional leader and captain, Johnny Whispers, to regain what they have lost this next year? And finally, we had a gem recently in LaGrange at the 4th annual King's Cup. A record-breaking 36 competitors fought for the crown, and as the day went on, only Zeep and Hippie found themselves hoisting the cup after starting the knockouts 1 foot out in the play-in games. Well, boys, started at the bottom, now we're here. Cheers. Which brings me to our player spotlight. It's arguable that no one has made a greater impact this year than this man. The laid-back motorcycle-riding, beard-donning man known as Hippie, or his hippiness if you're not in the whole brevity thing, has brought a smooth roll and high times to the club as of late. He has won both tournaments so far and is 1 more away from tying Johnny Whispers for the most wins in a season at 3. But unlike his loudmouth, beer-guzzling counterpart, Hippie is one with a sense of grace and humility, going as far as to donate all of his winnings to the respective tournament charities. It's an understatement to say that Hippie is a welcome addition to MBC events, and we look forward to more of him in the future.
Maestros Center will be right back after this message.
He knew that if he kissed the Polino, his heart would never want again. So he waited for his next throw. Like a thunderbolt from the sky, his ball weaved through a cluster of constellations and softly touched the peak as it blossomed for him like a flower. The incarnation was complete. It's more than a game. It's Bocce Session by Polino Klein.
As the excitement builds and the legend grows around the Maestros tournament, we have had an influx of celebrities and friends weighing in on just who they think will bring the green polo home this year. I sat down with some of them in a new segment that we call NBC Rapid Fire Picks. Mr. Al Pacino, thank you for taking the time. It is an honor.
Hooah! Pleasure to be here. Mic'd up! That's it. Give me all you got.
Excuse me, sir?
Give me all you got!
Sorry, yes, of course, but what about mic'd up?
Your life is a game of inches, like bocce. The inches we need are everywhere.
Interesting, but
At this tournament, they'll have to fight for that inch. At this tournament, they'll have to claw with their fingernails for that inch. Because when they add up all those inches, that's the difference between winning and losing. Between living and dying. Now, I can't do it for them. All right? They're going to have to look in their partner's eyes. And I think that they'll find a guy who will go that inch with them. That's it. That's bocce.
Mr. Bocce Man, it's great to see you today. Who's your pick for this year?
Oh, thanks for having me. Yeah, let's get right down to it. Normally I would pick myself in this type of situation, but I got my eye on one team in particular. Yeah, and I'm talking to you, C-Man out there in that video scope. Yeah, I think you and Noni got unfinished business. Yeah, I think you got just enough in the tank to get it done this year. Yeah, so this time you're gonna take it all the way to the promised land, because I said so. Dig it!
I think I can dig that. It's none other than everyone's favorite Christopher Walken. Good to see ya.
I got a fever. The only cure is more bocce.
Well, we have that for you, Chris. And the rumor is that you're backing Joe S. and Douglas Soda, the team aptly named Stress-Free Bocce this year.
Two mice fell into a bocce tournament with a goal to win without anger, exhaustion, or fear. One is playing spectacular. The other we haven't seen for ages. The combination is essential to winning the tournament this year.
I couldn't agree with you more.
Now, Ted, are you calling me a liar? You know, Sicilians are champions, liars.
If you want to be the man, then you gotta beat the man. And in this case, it's the 16-time wrestling champion, Mr. Ric Flair. Rick, I gotta ask for it. Can I get a woo?
Woo! Anything for you, Ted?
So, Rick, let's talk about the field this year.
Let's talk about it, little Shivani. There's only one team out there that's got the style. There's only one team that has the class. Only one! Well, hell, when those ladies come out of their bedroom, these 5 ladies are going, woo, 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 woo! And I'm talking about the Polino Riding, the low flying, point stealing, wheeling and dealing, Trump AF, woo!
What makes these guys special? Once champions, but they've struggled mightily of late.
Because when I look at these guys, they remind me of everything that the nature boy is. And everyone else is not. We got the looks. Woo! We got $14,000 Rolexes, the Rolls Royce, the biggest house in the biggest neighborhood, and we're having a hard time keeping these alligator boxer shoes down. Now all you punks on August 6th, woo! You don't stand a chance. Under the brightest lights, on the biggest stage of them all, it's gonna become the 2-time, woo, woo, 2-time Maestros champion, Trump AF. Learn to love it are forever, and so are Ric Flair and Trump AF. Woo!
Well, there you have it. The stars have spoken, and the stars will surely be out again at Maestros 9, August 6th, Tricoci National. I'm Ted Buckworth, and I'll see you on the courts.
This is Maestros Center.
Gentlemen and ladies, we inch closer to the grandest stage of them all, Tricoci National, August 6th for Maestros 9, and we have a hell of a show for you today. But first, it is our pleasure here at Maestros Center to invite the newest member of our news team, Dr. Bob Nierski. Bob has been the NBC physical therapist for the past 9 years and is one of the global leaders in the treatment of bocce-related injuries. He will now serve in another role as our injury reporter throughout the year. Bob, thank you for being here.
Hey, Guy, how you doing? Thanks for having me.
Bob, you've been around the game for a long time. What are some of the common injuries we should be on the lookout for throughout the rest of the year?
Well, you're always going to have your traumatic occurrences, your lawn toe or your volo wrist. But as we see there deeper in the season, we see more of, those Rafa tunnel syndromes, polynofemoral knee, and your bocce elbow tendonitis.
Bob, I couldn't help but notice that you are heavily equipped. Many of your colleagues say that you have some unorthodox methods.
Well, you can never be too over-prepared on the court. My approach is going to be very Chicago-pathic. For instance, right here, what I got in here is Italian beef jus and mustard. No ketchup. And I find that this is specifically effective for your chronic ankle inflammation pathologies.
Can you give us an injury report on any of the Maestros participants this year?
Well, not much to mention here, which is a good thing. We got the GOAT, which is he's nursing that Plopper's back still, even from before Villa Park. Working with him on that. And our youngest competitor seems to have a little bit of a lumbar strain of his own, but nothing that I'd be too concerned with. Everything looks like a go coming in August 6th.
As we know, Maestros can be a long and taxing event. What can participants do to stay at their peak performance all the way to the end?
Well, quite simply, it all starts with hydration. 16 ounces of water to every bush light. And rather than having that one big meal, I suggest just nibbling throughout the day. A rib here, Italian sausage here, rather than that one big plate. And then Supersada supplements and Limoncello IVs are really a must if you want to delay muscle soreness and you want a speedy recovery.
Well, great advice from the expert.
Maestros Center will be right back after this message. Honey, time to get up.
Mom! I'm late for my tournament!
Is there anything to eat for breakfast? Mom, I don't see anything.
Look in the cupboard.
Nothing in the cupboards.
Oh, Ma! There's nothing to eat. I have a huge game today. What am I gonna do?
I know what you need. Try these.
Boccios! Let's fucking go!
Boccios has 0 vitamins and minerals and is 100% sugar.
Now I'm ready to go. I'm gonna go win that championship.
When you need to get up and go, get Bocceos. Bocceos. Let's fucking go.
It's been 3 long years in absence, but finally, the Canadians have come back to Maestros. Unfortunately, all the hopes and prayers of a country rest on one man, Paul Sheeta. He has kept his involvement close to his chest and has not yet released who his teammate will be, but we expect... I'm sorry. We have breaking news. We take you now live to Toronto, where Paul has made a decision.
I've had this decision weighing on my mind for a long time. Many sleepless nights. But one thing I've learned is that I didn't choose this life. This bocce life chose me. That's why this coming tournament, I'm taking my talented self to the big, windy city to be reunited with the other chosen one, the consigliere, Nico Tricoci, and the hand, Paul Sheeta. It's time.
There you have it. A blockbuster move. For the first time in NBC history, these two will put aside national pride to unite under one banner. The report is that they will play under the name The Chosen Ones, and folks, I may have just chosen my pick for this year's event. We're going to check the weather on the big day with everyone's favorite NBC weatherman, Stu Schmidt.
Who am I? Who am I? I'm the same guy who attended Juilliard and the Royal George Theatre at the same time. I played Hamlet simultaneously. So be a good little wanker and go fetch me a bit of the bubbly like I asked. Nothing gets done around here unless you're the star. And I'm the star, and that's it. Oh, hey, yeah. Sorry about that. That was a little bump up. I didn't know that we were live there. Yep, it's me, it's Stu. I'm back, and you're back for our August 6th spectacular, our big tournament, Maestros IX. So let's go ahead and take a look at the weather here. Of course, it looks beautiful. You got the sun coming up right around 2 o'clock. You got sun rays, beautiful sun rays. We're looking about 86 with a wind factor of about 10%. Now, later in the evening, we got a little bit of a scare here and there because it looks like there may be a little bit of those puddly little drizzles that God likes to send down on us to cleanse us every once in a while. But no worries here. We're going to be okay. It's going to be a spectacular tournament. As always, hydration is important. But the word for this year is not only hydration, it is shade. Okay? Shade is just as important as hydration. You're going to need it. Find those dark little spots that you can dive out of the sun where it just can't get you, can't catch you. And you're going to be fine. You're going to be set up for a stupendous tournament.
Who's your pick for this year?
Well, as you know, I don't like to really part with my money, but mostly because of my 8 children and my 3 ex-wives. Most of my extra buckaroos goes there. But if I had a little scratch to bet on one person or the other, I would definitely, to this year, I'm thinking the Gravy Boys. You know, there's something there in that little brown elixir. Something tasted. Yep, it tastes like victory. It tastes like victory. Back to you, Ted.
Thank you, Stu. Well, that just about wraps up this edition of Maestros Center. We'll see you on August 6th at Maestros IX. The teams are set, and you can join us later this week for our always entertaining Maestros Bocce Draft to check out all the pairings and all the groupings, including that group of death. I'm Ted Bushwick, signing off, and I'll see you on the courts.